My name is Evaristus Ogbechie. I come from Nigeria. I came to Italy about 25 years ago and to study.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode.
I enrolled into the Gregorian University here in Rome, where I read up to a master's degree in development economics. While at the university, and with the economic situation back in Nigeria, then it became necessary to want to do something to help out with the school fees and all of that. And so I got into, amongst a few other things, acting. But it's like initially we were just extras in films, in Italian films, American films that were shot in Rome, at the Cinecittà. And, just to make, ends meet, as one would say. Then the love for filmmaking, started developing. I read development economics, which has nothing to do with directing or screenwriting. I got in touch with people and places that helped nurture my love for filmmaking. I met one Italian director. He's late now. His name was Michele Avantario. And he told me that he felt I had this calling to be a filmmaker. We used to go watch films and he could see my power of, critiquing films and all of that. So he encouraged me and he told me I should try to develop, my talents. He had noticed some talent in me. So, he made me read his books on screenwriting and directing and all of that. And, the man too was a friend of the late, great Afro beat king, Fela Kuti. That he used to travel to Nigeria back then to visit Fela and everything. So once in Lagos, he had shot some, films in Lagos of, footages of market scenes, school scenes, and everything. And he was looking for a Nigerian who could write, short stories around those footages. That was really where how we met. Somebody told him I had this calling for art. I was like, I had my dreams to be a singer back then. And so we met and he showed me these footages. There were about 10 of them. So I wrote stories, woven around them. And then he told me, no, I really had to, get into directing. He said, no, I have this movie maker's mind. So like I said, he was my first, filmmaking teacher, and and after my studies, I really tried to maybe get into the UN, one of the institutions. And but it's not easy to do because you have to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. I didn't know any of such people, And so I kind of fell back on filmmaking, and music. Like I had even enrolled to do a doctorate at the Gregorian. I had read 2 years of, researching and all of that. And it got to a point I just told myself, no. I didn't see myself, in some, office in the future or whatever, or, at some university lecturing. I said, no, that was it. So I dedicated more time now to studying, how to act, how to write scripts, how to direct films. And finally, it happened, I got my first break. That was when I did Dare to Dream.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi Ewanfo. Thank you so much for listening and talk to you in the next episode.